I have had my American Express Gold Card for nearly 2 years, and after carrying it with me every single day, I've uncovered some hidden quirks. So today let's take a refreshed look at the American Express Gold Card, because I'll tell you right now that my opinion on this product has definitely changed. What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So I've made a ton of videos on the American Express Gold Card and other American Express products, and from the start I'll tell you that of the many credit cards that I have, the Gold Card is one of just 2 products that I carry with me every single day. I love the $120 in Uber cash credits, as well as the $120 dining credits that can be used at select dining locations. And if you're able to use those 2 credits alone, then that lowers your effective annual fee from $250 per year to just $10 per year for this awesome product. But while that sounds great on paper, that perfect world example has not been my real world experience. We'll circle back to those credits in a second, but the Gold Card offers 4 points per dollar at restaurants worldwide, including takeout and delivery services, 4 points at US supermarkets on up to $25,000 in purchases each year, 3 points on flights booked directly with the airline or through the American Express travel site, and 1 point on all other purchases. And for the sake of simplicity, let's just establish from the start that 1 point usually equates to 1 cent of value, meaning 4 points per dollar equates to 4% cash back at a bare minimum redemption value. So those are pretty decent point multipliers, and as someone who spends a ton of money on dining, 4 points per dollar on restaurants worldwide has been absolutely amazing, especially because there's no foreign transaction fee, and I spent 3 months this past year traveling abroad, earning 4 points per dollar on restaurants every single day, meaning those points really started to add up. You of course have the other cookie cutter benefits that come with most credit cards of this caliber nowadays, like car rental loss damage insurance, access to the American Express hotel collection, countless shopping benefits and discounts, but the bulk of the benefit and justification for that high annual fee comes from the point multipliers and those 2 credits that I mentioned earlier. Now, the Gold Card of course offers a decent sign-up bonus that is usually between 60 to 75,000 points, depending on when you apply and what targeted offer you are able to get. But at the bare minimum, you should be looking at 60,000 points if you spend $4,000 in the first 6 months. And again, at 1 cent per point, that means that 60,000 points is worth $600 when redeemed, and that alone will technically cover your $250 annual fee for the first 2 years and then some. Okay, but circling back to those 2 credits that we talked about earlier, which again are $120 in Uber cash and $120 as a dining credit at select locations. First of all, let's clarify that these credits are not given to you all at once. They come in the form of a $10 statement credit towards applicable purchases each month, meaning if you go on just 1 or 2 trips per year and don't otherwise use them, then you're likely not going to be able to redeem the full value of those credits all at once. And that's where things start to fall apart for me personally. You see, the only way to truly get a net benefit here is if you are regularly using Uber or Uber Eats every single month, and therefore are able to put that $10 monthly statement credit towards a purchase that you would otherwise be making anyways. Same thing applies to the dining credit, which by the way only applies to Grubhub, Cheesecake Factory, select Shake Shack locations, and a few other select restaurants, but otherwise it's completely useless. So when looking at these high annual fee credit cards, which I would definitely put the Gold Card in that category at $250 per year, what you really need to calculate is what's called your effective annual fee. And that is simply the annual fee, which in this case is $250, and subtract the credits that will replace purchases that you're already making. The reason that's important is if a product gives you, say, a $10 monthly credit for Starbucks, but you're like me and you wouldn't be caught dead in a Starbucks otherwise, then even if you go there and are able to redeem $10 for free coffee, it's not actually replacing anything in your budget, and therefore you're not actually getting a net benefit out of that credit. credits. So in the case of the gold card, if you are regularly Ubering 1 or 2 times per month, then you will have no problem using that $10 monthly credit. But if you're like me and you live in more of a suburb or rural area, then you aren't able to really use Uber on a regular monthly basis, and that means that using that credit is going to be incredibly difficult. And when it comes to the dining credit, unless you are regularly using Grubhub, or maybe you live near one of those other applicable establishments like Cheesecake Factory or Shake Shack, then again, getting that net benefit out of that credit is really going to be next to impossible. In fact, in the 2 years that I have had my gold card, if you remove the welcome bonus that I got in my first year, my effective annual fee each year was well over $150 because I was just not able to effectively use those credits. Now, I want to be clear that that is strictly a case-by-case situation, and in my case, because of where I live and my lifestyle, I'm not able to take advantage of these credits, and therefore the gold card is becoming increasingly more difficult for me to justify without getting some kind of retention offer each year. But I'll again reiterate that if you regularly dine at one of those applicable restaurants that I had mentioned earlier, or you regularly use Uber or Uber Eats, then you shouldn't have any issue using those credits to replace a cost that you are likely already going to incur no matter what. Additionally, I've gotten really good at maximizing my point redemptions to the point that I'm usually getting 3 to 5 cents per point, which is significantly higher than the 1 cent per point that your average user is probably looking at. During my recent travels abroad, I paid for plane tickets to and from Europe for my wife and I, multiple tickets between countries, multiple hotel stays, and several other travel expenses using nothing but American Express points. But that took hours of planning and research and transfer partners and point multipliers, and quite honestly, it took me years to learn how to maximize those points, which brings me to another argument that the gold card has a bit of an identity crisis. It's obviously not a cashback credit card since it's giving you points, but it's also not exactly a travel credit card either because it doesn't give you airport lounge access or other premium travel benefits that similar products give you. And because of that, it's not really great at either of these things, yet you still have to deal with the complexities and headaches of redeeming your points and ensuring that you are maximizing their value. Whereas your average user could just get a flat cashback credit card, get a decent percentage back in certain spending categories, and not have to deal with the headache of point multipliers and transfer partners and maximizing point values and all of that nonsense. And that's coming from a guy who loves credit card points and knows how to redeem them for maximum value. So that brings us to the decision that may shock a lot of you, but as of today, I will be replacing my gold card in my wallet with another product that I've alluded to several times in recent videos, and that would be the American Express Blue Cash Preferred Card. Now, the purpose of today's video is not a comparison between these two products, so if that is something you'd like to see, then let me know down in the comment section below. But the Blue Cash Preferred costs significantly less at just $95 per year, and it offers 6% cash back at US supermarkets and select streaming services. Now, the cap on that cash back is much lower than the gold card at just $6,000 per year. However, it's just my wife and I for now, and seeing that our monthly grocery budget is roughly $500 per month, that would equate to exactly $6,000 per year, which means we're looking at 6% cash back on all of our grocery store purchases. The Blue Cash Preferred also waives the lower annual fee for the first year, but most importantly, it's simple. You don't have to worry about travel points, it's just cash back that goes directly towards your statement credits, meaning this is essentially 6% off of groceries and streaming services and 3% off of gas. For us, it's just a no-brainer, and if we were able to better use the gold card's credits, then this would be a more difficult decision. And that is something that you'll want to consider when looking at your credit card usage. Now, full transparency, I will not be closing my gold card account simply because they allow you to earn 55,000 points per year by referring friends to the gold card. And that alone is worth $550 per year to me because I have this YouTube channel. So I say that just to be fully transparent with all of you, but obviously that's a bit of an anomaly that wouldn't apply to the average user. So it has been a good 2-year run with my gold card, and I certainly will miss the flex of dropping this heavy gold card on the dinner table, but earning 6% back on all of my grocery store purchases just feels a little bit better right now, with food prices absolutely soaring. But again, this is a decision that makes sense for my credit card usage, and things will likely look slightly different for your financial situation. To learn more about the Blue Cash Preferred, you can check out this video, or if you want to see the ultimate American Express credit card tier list, you can check out this video. As always, thank you so much for your time, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.